Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and their twin flame connection. Libra, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, I will never reach out to you to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Libra, I am speaking to twin flames today, but if you're here as a cross watcher or you're not sure if you're in a twin flame connection and you're just here for channeled messages, I welcome you in. Before I get started, right off the bat, I'm hearing, or rather feeling, this tunneling sensation in my ear. So I think your spirit guides have a lot to say. Twin flame connection is essentially, in a nutshell, two people who share the same soul. So one eternal soul, energetic soul, in two incarnations, two people. This journey, and not everyone has a twin, but if you have a twin, you can only have one. You are energetically bonded to them. And it's an unbreakable bond. You cannot cut cords with your twin. You don't need to be with your twin. You can choose not to take the twin flame journey with them. But they are a part of who you are energetically. Usually there's a runner and a chaser dynamic. And one person, usually the chaser, is more spiritually conscious, spiritually aware. And when they meet their twin, or encounter their twin, they know through and through that that person is their divine counterpart. And if you've been in a relationship with your twin or had encounters with your twin on more than just a passing level, the connection can be intense, highly charged, highly sexualized at times, and fraught. The twins trigger one another to the point where the runner in the dynamic runs away because they're so overwhelmed by all of the emotions and the energy that they feel suffocated. They can't take it. Ultimately, there's a separation period, and in that separation period, the twins hopefully will find their spiritual awakening, have a spiritual awakening. And in that process, discover what their spiritual gifts are and their life's blueprint, their life's path. I am a twin flame, and I had my spiritual awakening during the pandemic, at which point I also stopped talking to my twin. I blocked my twin because I knew that it was not healthy. And no matter how much I love this person, it was just like enough is enough is enough. And because I put a stop to it, because I stopped being the chaser, I then became the runner. And I'm still running, I think. No matter how much I love my twin, it's kind of like I can tell, I can feel that he is not where he needs to be. And often twins can absolutely energetically sense one another. So perhaps if you are in contact with your twin and you're experiencing a lot of strife, there's a reason that your twin is like a mirror and holds up a mirror to you of everything that triggers you. And the whole point is to find reckoning within yourself, to understand that you actually don't need your twin to feel love. You are enough all by yourself. It's only when both twins have ascended, had their spiritual ascension, that they reunite. So again, it's up to you. It's a choice. Having a twin flame is not a choice, but deciding on whether or not you want to stay in the twin flame connection, the twin flame dynamic, and take the journey together, it's the most difficult thing I think I've ever experienced in my life. And I've had cancer, just as an example of difficult things. I had cancer when I was younger. That was pretty difficult. being a twin, about 100 times more difficult. So, but spiritually awakening, feeling a sense of oneness with the divine, priceless, right? Just like that commercial. We're using the Way of the Panda Tarot just to add a little bit of cuteness and levity, because it already feels heavy, Libra. And Caroline Miss's archetype deck for the overall energy. I get one card for Libra, please. That's it. Oh, another sign got this card, Detective. I want to say it was Aries. I can't completely remember, but Detective and the light attributes, great powers of my throat chakra is all jumbled right now. Libra, there might be something in this message that you just don't want to hear, or you don't want me to say, or there could be a little bit of fear. Light attributes, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Shadow attributes, voyeurism, falsifying information. So right off the bat, this reminds me of the Page of Swords card, which would be air energy. Trying to discern, trying to find out more. Maybe you're asking people about your twin, their family, or their friends, or co-workers. Don't do anything creepy, Libra. Don't do anything creepy. But maybe you're just stalking their social media. Maybe they're doing the same. Spirit just keeps saying cycle of repeat, cycle of repeat. Avoid the cycle of repeat. And then now they're showing me when my twin would, after we broke up, he would ghost me for a while, and then when I would start dating somebody else, it's like he knew. And it's not because he was spying on me, he's not like that. He just had a feeling. Somewhere in him, he knew he had to reach out because he could feel my energy pulling away from his. And that's what could be happening in your dynamic right now. The cards just hit my mug, my coffee mug, and bing! I think I hit the nail on the head with something there. One more card. 4 cards for a base spread, 4 cards of clarifier. Got 3 cards that popped out at the end. Wow. Spoiler alert, we ended on the sun. So, Libra. First 2 cards are your energy. Second 2 cards are your twin's energy, but feel free to flip the energies if you have to, as twins often mirror each other. The third pile is the overall energy of the connection. Fourth pile is advice from Spirit. Let's start with you, Magician in the reverse. Magician is Gemini energy, actually, mixed with Virgo. It's the number 1 card of the Major Arcana of the Tarot. Major Arcana, it's the first 22 cards of the deck, which are big divine energies, fated energies. It's when the divine steps in. The remaining cards are the minor arcana and talk about the energies that you and I can affect in the 3D, the material and the earth realm. Magician is somebody who has the power of all 4 suits of the tarot and can conjure and use the resources around them to manifest. And right now you're not feeling like you're in a very manifesting mood. Perhaps, Nine of Swords, you've been having nightmares? Can't sleep, tossing and turning. Are you feeling drawn to something that's not good for you, is what I just heard. Are you battling with some codependencies or addictions right now, Libra? Often twins are they have addictive personalities. They can have addiction issues. I'll tell you right now, mine is coffee and food. I have a lot of vices, right? We all do, but for sure, caffeine, number one, 100%. But I love it. 100%. There could be something that it's like moth to a flame, like a weird, I mean, maybe you feel that the twin flame connection is that addiction. Very possible. Often is. And it's keeping you in a stuck energy where you just don't see the opportunity around you. What is this addiction, Spirit? Three of Cups. Drinking, partying, being, nothing wrong with being social, but if you're too social, it's hard for you to buckle down. Sometimes I see this card as your spirit guides surrounding you, right? But today I don't see it that way, because I asked specifically, what is the addiction? I just asked, and immediately they said alcohol. Now, if this doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't resonate with you. But could be something, could be over socializing, like spending too much. When we over socialize, we can be distracting ourselves. Maybe you're taking a class and there's homework for you to do, and instead you're out with your friends. Maybe you're not drinking at all, but you're not at home doing homework where you should be, right? And you have free will. This is your choice. You don't have to do anything that I tell you to do. But if you are trying to work hard towards something, you kind of can't be surprised if it doesn't manifest, because you haven't invested and directed the time towards it and the energy towards it. This is not to make you feel bad. It's just the messages that Spirit wants you to hear today. I pull cards tomorrow, all different cards. I do see your spirit guides around you, though. There's still, you know, another thing about spirit guides and like angels that they say is angels are not here to interfere unless you're like in mortal danger, right? Spirit is kind of pointing me to the fact that maybe you don't talk to them enough, that maybe you feel silly doing it. Like, hello up there. You don't have to talk out loud. Just have the conversation in your mind. Write it down. Journal it. Just talk to Spirit in a journal. Ask them for all of the things that you dream about. Ask them for advice, for guidance on how to get there. Ask them for answers in your dreams, as opposed to this worrying, anxiety energy. Ask them to provide you answers in your dreams. What is your twins' energy right now? Two of Cups. This is beautiful. This is divine partnership, but then it's clarified by the Ten of Cups in reverse. Typically, this would talk about blissfulness and joy, emotional contentment in every way, but it's in the reverse for them. So it's almost like they are looking at this twin flame connection as something that had the potential to make them so, so happy, and they're not feeling in that place right now. But I also see the Two of Cups as connection with you and your higher self, right? So we have our spirit guides and our angels and our ascended masters, our spirit animals. And then we have our higher self, which is like, you know, if you ever hear spiritual people talk about like, oh, we're in the matrix. Well, If you think of your body as your avatar, that you're like Neo, that then there's a part of you that is outside of yourself in another dimension. That's you and your higher self in the 5D. So it's as if Spirit is telling me that your twin is really trying to connect spiritually with their higher self as well. Maybe they're doing some research, really invested in that pursuit, because right now they're just, whatever situation they're in is not cutting it for them. The Fool, the Moon, the Star, all in reverse. Wow. That's 3 major arcana all in the reverse for your twin. Yikes. Yikes. Really, really stagnant. I mean, in the reverse, the Moon can signify a clarity. He's wearing a little pajama hat. Always reminds me of A Christmas Carol and Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge always wore like a weird hat like that. Like, who wears a hat to bed? I don't know, maybe you do, don't take offense. But it just feels like too much. It's just like too much. But I don't know, maybe your twin was really into the Christmas Carol. I'm specifically saying the Disney version where Mickey was Tiny Tim, but take it as it resonates. Maybe you had a love of Charles Dickens. I don't know. The Moon in reverse. The Moon typically talks about secrets, illusion, confusion. The Moon always illuminates in the darkness. But in the reverse, there's some clarity. It's like what was bubbling underneath is now coming to the surface, right? And everything's going pop, pop, pop. At least for your twin. But with the Fool and the Star in reverse, they're just absolutely at a loss as to how to proceed. They want to take a new leap forward, and they don't know how. But they're asking Spirit right now. They might not be getting the answer. It may not be coming to them as quickly as they would have hoped. So they're kind of consulting their inner guidance system. And they're looking at the relationship with you and praying for a kind of healing. But it hasn't come yet, so they're just stuck. I see this as really interesting because when I put it in the reverse like this, I saw a red balloon as opposed to like a knapsack. There's a movie, very famous, I believe it was a French film from the 60s. I believe it's called The Red Balloon. I remember watching it when I was in elementary school. For some reason, it was like depressing, as a lot of French films are. This could be relevant to you somehow. Maybe you'll see a red balloon and you'll know that it's from your twin. Or they'll you know, this is their energy, but I feel like this is relevant somehow. I wouldn't be saying if it's so random as to not be random. I haven't thought about that movie. So one of my candles just went out. I always light 2 candles whenever I do tarot readings, and one of them just went out. I light 2 to honor the twin flame connection. So maybe there's some misguided hope that they've had. It's coming to an end for them. I don't see the Death card, but I feel it. I feel an ending happening. And it's like a much needed ending too. It's something that it's like a cycle. Isn't it? This is the reading where I said cycle of repeat. The energy of the connection. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Wands is really passionate, really sexy. Little fly by night though. Unreliable. And this card is in the reverse, clarified by the 2 of Swords. I love this card because he's just like, it's like super cute. It's almost like, what do I write next? What's the next chapter in this story for the two of us? I know that it can't be this unreliable thing anymore. No more breadcrumbing. No more ghosting. No more in and out energy. No more. But what? This is what you both are asking yourselves. Queen of Cups. To clarify that energy, you just want love. You just want to give yourselves and give each other love. Like really super cuddly energy. Your twin may have children. You may have children. That could be the priority at this time. I don't usually say that very much with the Queen of Cups. Even though Queen of Cups is a Cancer energy and it's very mothering energy, there are not a lot of Queen of Cups cards that depict children in them. So please take that as it resonates. The both of you just want to, okay, thank you, Spirit. You want to heal each other's inner child. But you have to focus on your own inner child and not theirs. That felt really profound. That felt profound for me personally. Really so. Sorry, Libra, I'm like having a moment because I think I just had like a weird epiphany. That I was like always trying to heal my twin's inner child, and that's not my job. That's his. It's my job to heal my own inner child, just like it is for you, Libra. It's beautiful energy, right? I'm going to tell you about a dream I had once, because maybe you guys have had a similar dream. I was walking in this dream was probably 15 years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday, way before my spiritual awakening. I had a dream. I was in an elementary school, walking down the halls. And you know, elementary schools, they have that like smell, and they also have that like feeling to them, like construction paper and bulletin boards and thumbtacks and really bad art. Children, footfalls of children, just like everywhere. In my dream, I was walking down this hall and I came to this like perpendicular hallway, right? So it was a long hall I was walking down, and then it was like either go left, right. But there was a classroom right at the end of this perpendicular, and the shades were drawn, but they were open ever so slightly. And I looked inside the classroom and I saw all these children just like wreaking havoc. They're just playing and laughing, running around, being loud. There was one little kid sitting in the corner of the room, back turned towards me, playing with a toy by themselves. And I felt this overwhelming need to go in and put my arms around that child. I'm not really a kid person, so that was kind of significant. I go into the classroom and I approach the child. I turn around and it was me. It was me as a little kid, like clear as day. It was me, and I woke up. And I'll never forget that, how profound that was. This is the energy that I'm seeing for you. It's like that level of like healing your inner child. You know, maybe they're trying to do that right now. The star energy, they're questioning it, your twin. What is advice from Spirit? Get out of this lack mentality. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. 5 of Pentacles is all about feeling a feeling of being left out in the cold. I'm just looking at this image really for the first time and trying to discern what's going on here. 3 Pentacles on the ground, which I think were once on their backs, right? It almost looks like a parcel that has broken apart, like the backpack and straps have come off and everything's just on the ground now. And there's this comforting and lament. It's almost like you and your twins' higher selves are up in the 5D with their arms around each other, just hoping you crazy kids will figure it out. Starts with stepping outside of this lack mentality, right? Like, don't look at something that, don't focus on the thing that you don't have and focus on the things that you do have. 3 of Wands, stop waiting. Stop waiting for your twin to figure it out. They will in time. And if it's meant for you, it will not pass you by. It can't. If it's meant for you, it's destined, right? We do have destiny and we do have free will. But if they're meant to come back into your life, and if that's what you want, then they will. I see there's crystals on the ground, coming out of the ground here. It's like growth over beyond eternity, right? Crystals, I'm surrounded by a lot of crystals right now. On my desk, just like everywhere, just crystals. I wish you could see. I think you'd be disturbed if you saw how many crystals were around me right now. Crystals form under pressure for over millions of years. Your twin flame connection has spanned the space of eternity. So this is one little blip in that eternal space. And because your human life is a little bit of a blip, don't waste your time waiting. Love if you can. Try to love your twin even if they're far away from you. 8 of Cups. Walking away from what no longer serves you in order, and this walking away doesn't seem sad, does it? Because it's like towards the sun. And then you got the sun. This is such gorgeous energy to end on, Libra. You're walking away, but there's almost like a happiness. It's like walking away from a cycle. You can never walk away from your twin. You might walk away from them in the 3D, but they're with you. They're right beside you. They're inside you in this moment. You're just walking away from what doesn't serve you. And it's like this kind of a battalion of, and it's a very strange word for me to use, battalion of butterflies. Like your army of butterflies. An army of experiences that have transformed you. They're the things that you carry with you, that are beside you. The experiences and your wisdom. And it ends with the sun. Couldn't have asked for a better ending. This is illumination, clarity. Weird sense of groundedness with the sun card. Knowing who you are. A comfort in oneself. That's your reading, Libra. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Libra.